Mr. Temaslasho has been at different universities when we engage. I think the other colleagues from other universities have had an opportunity to work with Dr. Temba and also to have an interface, whether it could be in a space where wisdom was provided, but also to be led. So we are going to just quickly allow the Executive Director of Student Affairs, Mr. Temba, to just give a welcome address to everyone and to also the colleagues that are joining us online. I'm seeing some interesting names, faces, and I think we're ready. And I just want to also welcome the colleagues online. You are not forgotten, you will not be forgotten, because we also have our judges that are joining us online and participants from Northwest University are also joining us online. So we are trying to manage these processes which comes from COVID and moving into the digitization and 4IR to ensure that we are all in the same space, to ensure the experience is the same as possible. So I think I've spoken a lot for a morning, and for the MC, there's still going to be a long day. So I'm going to hand over to our Executive Director, Mr. Temba Hlasho.
Good morning, everyone, and good morning to the colleagues that are joining us virtually. I think my job is very easy, colleagues. My job is just to welcome you that are physically here and those that are joining us virtually. The University of Free State is excited and really humbled to be your host today, and you've got a long day. I think suffice to say from my side that all of us know that unemployment rate in South Africa is high. I just looked this morning, it has reduced to 33.9%. 33.9% is viewed as having dropped from the last quarter. And you, participant in this project, would be the future innovators that will turn the economy of this country around. I'm proud and really excited that young people are energetic in such projects, because we need young minds that would really energize the economy of this country into a right direction. We are all hoping that as young people for this country, you will change it around so that our generation that is coming would really benefit from your innovation, would benefit from a booming economy. The reality, colleagues, is that the trajectory of our economy is downsloping. That is a reality that nobody can dispute. And as you are future innovators and entrepreneurs, you will really add value to this country. You will improve unemployment. You will create employment. You might look at what you are doing now as just a competition. From where I'm standing, it is not just a competition. It is a young mind that is curious to really bring about change to this country. A change that will help that young innovator, that young entrepreneur, as well as the community from where that young entrepreneur comes from. So with those few words, University of Free State welcomes you. And I must also be grateful to EDHE and partners that came with this idea. I think our universities and young people need what you are bringing to them. They need to really be engaged intellectually. We can't afford a situation where young brains and minds are not being optimally challenged. And I think with these activities, we are challenging young minds, and young minds will bring change for this country. This country belongs to young people. And if we invest in young people, investing in the future of this country. And thank you guys for really initiating this project. And from the university side, we are welcoming you. In my culture, I would say, take off your shoes. It's home. Yeah, it's your home here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, colleagues, and thank you to the Executive Director. I just want to make sure that also online that we don't have any issues. I think I'm going to be very problematic and ask maybe if Richard wants to speak so that we can hear if the sound is a bit clear. I think you're still muted, Richard.
Good morning. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, we can hear you quite clearly, Richard. I was just worried about us, if everyone can really hear us on that side.
Yeah, it's slightly turning from outside. I think if there's a slight adjustment to the mic and speaking into the mic, that will help a lot.
Okay. Okay, no, thanks a lot, Richard. So, colleagues, I think I'm going to do one thing that is quite interesting, just for us to do a check-in to say who's here and who's also not here, so that we can just see how far we go. I know the crowd is not too many people, but I think there's a voice. If we can get, I can't even say a hell yeah, because it doesn't make sense. I think young people say, there's this term that they use now. What is it? Is it hamba he, hamba ha? So I learned it recently with the SRCs when they introduced themselves that they're in the space. So I'm going to ask if we can do a round check to say, is SPU around? SPU, I am loving the energy. Because that's an energy before lunch and before any snacks, so I can balance it nicely. I just want to check, is CUT around? Amba. And the University of the Free State? Dankos. And hopefully I'll get someone online from NWU. You can just unmute your mic and just say you guys are here. I'm below. No, thanks, guys. So when we're
here, EDHE is here.
Oh, we're good. Thank you very much.
Yay!
So I see EDHE is here online
We're
also.
We're all here.
Yeah, now we are talking.
Hello.
No, thank you very much, colleagues, for the energy. I think your energy is more than the people in the venue. I'm trying to cause a bit of issues, So what we are going to do now is just to go to the next part of the program. I think the next person on the program comes from the space that has allowed us to actually gather here. And I think the executive director really touched on the indispensability or the importance of what EDHE is doing, and also the change that they're bringing into the space. Also not forgetting the impact that it has in terms of universities and also the young people that are within the spaces. Because you would realize that there's a bit of a trend and a new thing that has come into the space where before, entrepreneurship was never given the platform that it was, especially in institutions of higher learning, where students would come and just learn about business plans from EMS. We've been doing business plans. I'm exposing my age, But from high school, it was the same. You come to varsity, you do the same thing. But what we're seeing now, we're seeing those business plans now coming into, you can see the final product. You can just see students putting up their ideas. And we have seen many students are now contributors to the economy. And also, a very interesting thing, the multiplicities also, where you find someone is an academic but also an entrepreneur, where we have seen how the arts also, where the arts are also now opening up a space for entrepreneurship, where whatever skills you have are now an opportunity for you to contribute to the economy through entrepreneurship. So the nicest thing about it in Sesotho, re bitsa lebohle. So entrepreneurship is accessible to anyone. It doesn't matter your academics, what is it that you do. It's more of your skills and what you would like to do. So I think from my side, I would like to welcome Mr. Richard, which is the stakeholder manager of the EDHE and University of South Africa from USAF. So I'm going to give this opportunity for Mr. Richard to give us an overview of the EDH Entrepreneurship Intervarsity for everyone that is here and everyone that is joining online. Mr. Richard, over to you.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Mr. Motibi. Greatly appreciate it. As mentioned, my name is Richard Kok. I am the stakeholder manager at EDHE Entrepreneurship Development in Higher Education. Now, EDHE, as some of you would know, is a program that operates under the auspices of Universities South Africa and the Department of Higher Education and Training. Now, what it is that we aim and or aspire to achieve is really to advance entrepreneurship within our universities. And one way of doing that is really rallying behind our students. So that being said, I would just like to thank you for the warm welcome. I would like to acknowledge all of my colleagues, our coordinators who have really supported their students to make it thus far to the regional rounds. And then I would also just quickly like to, I don't know whether you'll be able to see them, but let's just quickly switch on our cameras again from our EDHE team. If you can just quickly switch on your cameras so that we can quickly give a wave. Hi there, okay, I see Tiny, Francis, Florence, nice, okay. There we go, there's Lahola, wonderful. Okay, thank you, colleagues. Okay, so that being said, what Mr. Motibi had referred to, I'm quickly going to provide an overview of the Intervarsity just to show you how the Intervarsity has grown over the years. So I'm just quickly going to share my presentation with you. There we go. Okay. So hopefully that is visible. So I don't know whether you will still see my video as I'm busy presenting, but hopefully you'll be able to see me whilst I still present. So just a little bit of an overview on the EDHE Entrepreneurship Intervarsity. It's basically an initiative that was launched across all of our 26 public universities. And it is funded by the University Capacity Development Program, which is situated in the Department of Higher Education. And it is also then supported by Universities South Africa, which is the membership organization for the 26 public universities in South Africa. We are also very fortunate to have partners that have come in to really support us. Alan Gray Orbis Foundation and also the SAB Foundation, as well as the Entrepreneurship Organization that have stepped in to make this, this national initiative grow on a year-on-year basis. Now, the purpose of the Intervarsity is to identify the top student entrepreneurs at the South African public universities. So I must already commend you guys for making it through to the regional rounds in the central region. That is no small achievement. The second purpose is to invite investment, to support student businesses, to encourage entrepreneurs, universities to support student businesses, and then the competition always provides an opportunity for the aspiring entrepreneurs to pitch their business ideas. Something that we've also seen is at a national level, how the students also network with one another through this initiative. As you all would know, that there are certain categories. So the first category being the innovative business ideas, going over into tech-based business, social impact business, and then general business. We would also like to then just today acknowledge our hosting university, University of Free State, and more particularly Mr. Themba Klaso, the Executive Director for Student Affairs, Mr. Okukle April, the CRC President at the Bloemfontein campus, and then Selindo Kukle Dhaka, the Student Development and First Generation Studies Representative. Then, as I'd already mentioned, the people that really make this possible at our different universities, our coordinators, Mr. Mjaki Matibe, Ms. Retabile Motseki, Ms. Mamoya Kota, Mr. Beka Kumusa Zikali, Ms. Gail Mutlaudi from Salplaiki University. Also with Mr. Fatinal Rangagongo. Hi guys, always good to see you guys. Ms. Annelies Steenkamp from Northwest University. Dr. Rita Klona Redis from Northwest University. Mr. David Kareli from CUT. Mimi Tuasane from VUT. And then Matapelo Ratepe from VUT. So just on a more interesting point, this is now the 4th year of the EDHE Entrepreneurship Intervarsity, which was started in 2019 with our first winner there, Mr. Mvelo Zayo from the University of Cape Town. The year following, we had a winner from the University of Venda, Mr. Promise Nyalungu, and then last year we had Ms. Tsikofata Masenja, also from the University of Cape Town. Now the question remains, who will be the student that takes top honors this year? Is it going to be someone from the central region? Let's see. On that point, colleagues and our students, I just want to say the best of luck for today. Take a deep breath. This is your moment and give it your all. And we look forward to seeing 4 finalists from this region at our finals on the 17th of November in Johannesburg. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the overview, and also I think the acknowledgement speaks a lot, and especially to my fellow coordinators, the hard work you guys put in to ensure that we support the students and get them to be here. And so I think thank you, Richard, for the acknowledgement, and also to just show us how far we've been and how things have been taking place from before, the progress, and also the impact that I think the executive director acknowledged in terms of what EDHE is doing with with the partners that they've joined together to ensure that they are able to deliver on their mandate and have impact on young student entrepreneurs. So I'm going to hand over now to, I think participants are starting, when the program starts going down, you start seeing the silence. Luckily in Bloemfontein it's raining, so I think the rain brings a bit of the calm, hopefully. And in some cultures, they say the rain brings also some blessings. So I'll take it on the calm and the blessings. Other issues of what the rain does, we will not speak on. So I'm going to hand over to one person that I think everyone is familiar with, and someone that has always supported us as coordinators, in short, that we are able to deliver the mandate, and also because we are also new in the space. So Mr. Sandile had made it easier for us to understand, always availing himself to ensure that we were able to push. So the next part is the rules and the running order of the session. So I'm going to hand over to Mr. Sandile Shabalala, the Senior Student Engagement Officer for EDHE. So I'm going to hand over to Brasandile to just give us the rules and the running order of the day. And then we should be able to start with what we are here to do. And yeah, I'm trying to not to create a bit of anxiety and other issues, but to also keep everyone calm, but not too calm to forget that it's still a competition at the end of the day. So the energies must be balanced equally, So, Brasandile, over to you.
Thank you so much, Muchaki. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the EDHE Entrepreneurship Intervarsity 2022 Central Regional Rounds. This is our first day. I'm just here to give us the running order and the rules, and then introduce our judges. Maybe start with the judges. Here in person, we have Mr. Morgan Naidu, who is the founder of Qina Group. I told Mr. Naidu that I should not just call you and just any other judge, but you are now one of the resident judges, because Mr. Naidu has been with us from the beginning with the Western Cape region and with the KZN region, and he's with us with the Free State, with the Central region. He will continue, hopefully, to be with us up until we finish, and maybe we can also see him here and there, just visiting us in the finals. Also, another judge that has been with us for quite a few of the regional rounds, who is joining us online, it's Mr. Ntogozo Sibia. I see he is already open. He has already opened his camera. Thank you so much, Mr. Ntogozo, for joining us. Now, Mr. Ntogozo is the founder of Agribiz Incubator. He's also been with us in the Western Cape region. He was with us also at the Gauteng regional rounds. He is with us now once again at the Central region. Thank you so much, sir, for honoring us with your time. And also introducing another judge that will be joining us very soon online, who will be joining online as well. It's Mr. Pilani Sangweni. Now, Pilani is the founder of Moyetsi Technologies, and also Mr. Pilani will be on. Oh, thank you so much. I see that Mr. Pilani has already joined us. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us online and honoring us with your time. Thank you so much. And then just to give everybody how we are going to do this. Participants, you have 7 minutes. This is your moment. 2 minutes for you to just check the clicker, your slides, if everything is working very well, to take a deep breath and enjoy the moment. And then 3 minutes for you to present your business or your idea. And then 2 minutes to give to our judges for them to just give you positive feedback and ask a few questions that would contribute positively towards your business as well. I would just like to ask our judges to remain positive, encouraging to our participant at all times. And then we'll start with the innovative business ideas, and then we'll take a very short break, and then we will continue with the existing business tech And then tomorrow we'll have the existing business social impact and the existing business general. But before we start, I would like us to just take 5 minutes, very short break to ensure that all our online participants for the innovative business ideas have joined, and then we are starting. Over to our MC to continue with the program. Just 5 minutes short break, and then our MC will take over. Please be mindful that our timekeeper is very, very strict. To our online participant, we'll have a timekeeper as well that will just mute your mic when the time is up. Thank you so much, colleagues.
Greetings again. I think the room has started to be more silent, and I'm hoping online colleagues are also not silent. But I think the silence also comes from the anticipation and excitement. So we're going to have our first participant to present. The first category we're focusing on is new business idea. And I think Mr. Sandile has already alluded to everyone the rules of how we are going to operate and function. So I'm also going to request a bit of patience from the colleagues as we swap in between the different platforms, in a sense that there are other students that are joining us online and also some are joining us physical. So we just request a bit of patience and understanding in that process to ensure that we offer our participants an opportunity to present their business, because that's what we are here for. So I'm going to allow Mr. Chad Lucas to come to the stage to present. Mr. Chad Lucas is from SPU, but I think he will also introduce himself as he also presents his project. Thank you.
If I asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. Picture Gogo, who lives 10 kilometers away from her nearest pharmacy. She also shops online to buy beauty products to look young and feel fresh. But the problem in South Africa is that Gogo, like many others, has limited access to health and beauty products. Coupled with that are high fuel prices, which lead to increase in inflation, leading to more expensive products, a high carbon footprint, not to mention uncar-worthy roads riddled with potholes. And every time Gogo steps out, she exposes herself to COVID-19. Can I continue? Sorry. See, the solution, ladies and gentlemen, to the consumption and delivery of health and beauty products are not faster horses, aka cars, but Flyconnect, a drone delivery service offering faster and affordable delivery in an eco-friendly and user-friendly way, saving Gogo and others time and money, allowing them to spend more on their health and beauty products, all while shopping from the convenience of their phones. Remember the floods in Durban? How thousands of people were stranded without the necessary food, water, and medical supplies? Had Flyconnect been around, we would have been able to connect even those stranded in the remotest of places with these supplies. It is estimated that the drone delivery market will be worth $5.6 billion by 2026, with the delivery of health and beauty products set to dominate the market. We will thus be connecting consumers of health and beauty products in both urban and rural areas in a more convenient way, all while charging as little as 20 Rand per delivery. And we'll also utilize social media and our website to allow for testing and promotion of our drones. It is important to note that this is an R&D project under our company, Equitical Utilities, and who already distribute health and beauty products. And we determined that we will need 150,000 Rand for the development and certification of our drones. We will thus use this 100,000 Rand for this with the aim of attracting more investments and funding. The ultimate aim is for us to be able to manufacture drones that we can then outsource or sell to other delivery companies who can use it for their deliveries. We'd also like to partner with key partners like Takealot, who have access to decentralized locations to allow us to have batteries and ground stations that can allow us to operate more and at a greater range. Come and step into the future with us. Flyconnect, connecting you with your health and beauty products. Greater time with style. Thank you.
Judges, questions. I think I'll take a stab first. In terms of, I think I just have just two questions. The first one was, I know Amazon tried the delivery and it didn't really work for them, right? Where has this successfully worked, and where can you base this whole business model on, or the flights, right? And the second one is, what about data privacy and the regulations in South Africa? Does it allow for you to do that? I know this is a new business idea. One drone might not be enough, right? You want to deliver. Sorry, that is 3 questions, yeah. So can you just elaborate on those 3?
Thank you so much, Judge. So Amazon has actually been successful with their drone testing, but there's a company called Matlagen. They are operating in Saudi Arabia, and they've been successful, the first ever drone company to have a FAAA, which is similar to the South African Civil Aviation Authority certification in the world, where they then test these products. Deliveries have also been done by Domino's Pizza, where they've delivered pizzas. It's also being done successfully in Uganda, where during COVID-19 they've used this. South Africa has also done that. The Western Cape government has done it to deliver medicines during COVID, as well as in Limpopo, where they use drones to sort of alert the public that this is what's happening. You are able to come here to get yourself vaccinated. The other question with regards to data privacy and all, once we do have certification from the Aviation Authority, they will allow us to then travel. We'll be in communication also with airports for air traffic control to make sure that we are under those regulations. With regulations at the moment, they are quite strict, and that is why we are trying to push this idea so that by the time regulations are relaxed, we've already proven that this is a possible thing.
I think because the minute is up, so what I'm going to try to do, I think for the next participant, I'll try to the judges, to try to allow each judge to have an opportunity to ask the different participants. So we've already started physical with Mr. Naidu, but for the next participant, we'll check on with the judges online to ensure that in the 2 minutes at least get 1 or 2 questions. But thank you very much, Mr. Chair, for the presentation, and all the best. So I'm going to play around with the mics by the power invested in me. So we're going to join. I just want to check if Anton is ready online. Anton, are you ready? Anton? I just want to quickly double check with Anton, colleagues, and then we should be able to move. There we go. Anton, I can see your presentation. I'm not sure if we can hear you. Anton? Anton, can you hear us? We see you unmuted. What I'm going to quickly ask you in a few seconds, because we can see the presentation. So I'm going to quickly ask you to log out and log in again, and then we'll just give you a minute, and then we should start. Anton, can you try it again? I think we're also struggling to hear the judges on our side. So we're just going to quickly check that. And because I can see the judges are speaking. Untogozo, we're just going to double check quickly.
At the venue.
Okay.
So just wait, Anton. They need to fix their speakers.
Okay.
I think they probably have. They just need to increase the volume of their speakers.
Okay.
Someone hasn't done that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Anton, can you try it again?
Hello, can you guys hear me now?
100%, 100%, 100%.
Okay, I'm just quickly going to share my screen.
Yes.
And I will be ready to start.
Awesome, awesome, Anton. So I'll tell you when it reflects on our side, and we should be able to move.
Okay, can you see my screen?
100%.
Okay.
So then I'll just indicate to you when we are about to start. And I think Mr. Sandile already alluded on the rules in terms of the time frame and the presentation. So then I will indicate to you when you have a minute left, and then I'll also indicate to you when your time is up, and also indicate the time for the judges. Is that fine?
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay.
Okay, just tell me when I can start and then I'll go.
Awesome. Sandile, we're ready. Anton, you may start now.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, good morning all. I'm Anton and today I present a new business idea called Greenworks that focus on cigarette pollution in South Africa. Cigarette butts are mainly made out of cellulose acetate, a valuable polymer, and currently 15 billion cigarette butts are tossed on the ground each year in South Africa that contributes to the plastic pollution problem. There's a massive need in the market for recycling products. There's a massive need in the product for recycling products as well as for the recycling service, as the world is fast moving towards a greener environment to save the planet from dangerous chemicals. The market Greenworks will most likely target will consist out of any environmentally conscious organizations aiming at manufacturing recycling products such as recycled paper, plastic, or textile products. Greenworks will start by partnering with local municipalities, waste management companies, bars, clubs, and restaurants around South Africa to motivate them to throw cigarette butts into a separate bin. Greenworks will collect the cigarette butts from these organizations around South Africa in order to separate the cigarette butts into three components, namely the tobacco, paper, and filter, each component with a unique process. After the three components went through a unique process and have been chemically cleaned, each component will be separately sold. Lastly, we'll start our business in Gauteng. Greenworks will use the leftover tobacco and sell it as a valuable filler for compost. The paper will be used to make mosquito coils and will also be sold to manufacturers manufacturing recycled recycled paper products. The filter will be chemically cleaned with a unique process and can either be sold as a stuffing material or pure cellulose acetate pellets to manufacturers manufacturing recycled plastic products. The cigarette butt recycling process isn't very easy to duplicate. However, the potential for substitute products is there, as plastic bottles can also be reshred, pelletized, and molded into recycled plastic products. Greenworks will require the following funds to start: 30,000 Rand per month for a warehouse, 120,000 Rand for machinery, 20,000 Rand for equipment, 15,000 Rand for the chemicals, 27 Rand per month for employees, 20,000 Rand per month for contracted transportation. In the beginning, we will only focus on selling the leftover tobacco to compost manufacturers at 10 Rand per kg and pure cellulose acetate pallets at 35 Rand per kg. The cost to manufacture plastic pallets will be around 20 Rand per kg, and the tobacco process is free. Our aim is to sell at least 15 tons of plastic pallets per month at the beginning, and will require us to collect at least 1 million cigarette butts per month. The long-term aim will be to collect at least 5 million cigarette butts across South Africa per month, and to start with the process of manufacturing the filling material. As new entrants in the recycling industry, our biggest competition will be already established recycling businesses selling to manufacturers manufacturing products from recycled items. But as a new recycling business, recycling the biggest item contributing to the plastic pollution problem, we believe we will be able to get a share in the market. Greenworks will market the business through publishing articles about Greenworks in a variety of news articles, related websites, or through word of mouth by attending events about the environment. Lastly, we will also make use of a commendation scheme.
Anton, your time is up. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you very much, Anton. If I can just take it away because of time. Tell us about your team, your skill set. What makes you, as the founder, best qualified? What kind of skills do you guys have in order to effectively run this business?
So currently, we consist of two. We are a partnership that co-founded the business idea. I'm studying economics with international trade, and then my partner that's working with me, Leroux Barnard, is studying business management with marketing, and we both are very business-minded. We think a lot of business-minded people, and do a lot of research, and our qualifications also help us quite a bit in the research of to check if the product and the idea is feasible.
Is there any question for any other judges? Mr. CB, are you covered? Awesome, all good. Mr. Naidoo, are you covered?
Sorry, on my side, I'm just curious. Apart from desktop research, what conversations have you had with both the supply side and the demand side of your product? What validation have you gone through to see whether this might work?
So we have tested the product and chemically cleaned it ourselves, and washed it, and I've turned when the cigarette butt is smoked, it's yellowish, but we have cleaned it, and it turned out white. The only thing is we don't have the funds to yet test it chemically and test it in a lab if it's actually cleaned or not yet. But from our side, it turns out white, and now we must just check if it's chemically cleaned in a lab also, if the chemically process have worked. But
okay. That's technical testing. I'm talking more about. So let me just be clearer. On the consumer side, on the people that are going to buy the 3 different products that you'll produce out of this, have you spoken to anyone? What has been their feedback? How much would they be willing to pay for this? Does it make sense? Etc. Etc.
Yes, it makes sense. No, we haven't yet speak to the market yet, but there is companies overseas and abroad, and in India is currently also a big company in India that's also doing this, and the market is quite liking it also. There's a big demand in India also.
Okay.
Are you covered, Judge? Okay, so I think the time is up. We'll just thank you very much, Anton, and thank you very much for the judges. We're just going to prepare for the next participant to present Just want to quickly, the next participant will also be doing it virtual, just making the judges and the colleagues aware. I just want to double check if the participant has joined. So the next participant will be Asanda Mkize. Asanda, can we just check?
Good morning, sir. This is me. I am logged in with another laptop. That's why the name isn't appearing as my own.
Okay, no, thank you very much. I was worried because I am seeing different names. But yeah, so
Yes, this is me.
we're just going to give you a minute to quickly just share your screen for us to be able to start the presentation.
Okay, sir, thank you.
So I will inform you when it shows on our side.
Yeah, I'm setting up now.
Okay. Try to share the document you want to present.
Yes, sir. I'm on it.
We can see something. Let's just give it
Okay.
time. Yeah, it's just loading. Let's
Can
give. Yeah, I'll tell you when we can see it. Yes, I think we can see it. So, yeah. So I'll just indicate to you when you're ready to start. As per the rules, you have 3 minutes for presentation, and I will. Yeah, you have 3 minutes for presentation, and then you have 2 minutes for the questions from the judges. And then I'll indicate to you when you are ready to start.
Okay, sir.
Are we fine?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so your time starts now.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Gauteng alone has about 1,492,000 tons of waste per annum, and the whole of South Africa generates about 122 million tons of waste per year, while less than 40% of this waste is recycled. So as a way to decrease these numbers, and as a solution to the social environmental problems created by waste and illegal dumping, campaign came to mind. Campaign is a new tech recycling bin that saves people from having to face land and air pollution and helps people recycle more and better. Now, the question you might have is, how does it do this? Well, as soon as the bin is full, the bin alerts you to press the go button, but if there's recyclable material in the bin, then it shows you what you must take out before it proceeds. And as soon as you've done so, the CAM releases then release the sulfuric acid, which then shrinks or compresses the waste in the bin. And then when it's done with the process, it alerts you to take out the residue so that you can again use a clean bin. Now, this cycle happens over and over again. Having done research, I've noticed and proven that the problems solved by campaign are not only faced by South Africa, but by the world as a whole, which brings me to who our target market is. Households, companies or organizations, and the government is a customer, and the government is a customer, yes. So what's more interesting is that the already mentioned social environmental issues are not the only issues that that campaign is tackling. With our partnerships with recycling vending machine companies, we intend on educating people about the actual worth of their waste and have them benefit from that. Camping's features sets it apart from its competitors, which are normal dustbins and smart trash bins, and that it makes recycling a culture and a way for our customers to make money. And the answers to your how question is through our app or website. You can tap the collect button and we'll be at your door to collect the recycled material and pay you for as much as your waste is worth. Now, at the rate at which technology is progressing, getting to our customers or vice versa won't be as hard. They can purchase their bin online through Camping's website or app or buy it in store. This means that our revenue streams are sales, deliveries, and maintenance. So with people purchasing and placing orders online, this means that we can deliver anywhere in the country through our couriers. Camping is made of titanium, a metal that has corrosion-resistant properties and can release sulfuric acid. And the cost of the bin's materials in total are an estimate of about 1,000 rands per bin, and they'll be sold at about 1,500 rands depending on the size of the bin. So what do you say to creating a pollution-free world?
No, thank you for that. I think my first question is, I think the desire to create a pollution-free world, I think most of us here would agree to. But if I think about it from a consumer perspective, how do we get consumers to that point? So my first question is going to be, if the price of the bin is 1,500, what's the equivalent price of a normal bin that people buy? And how do we get people to wanna make the investment? What's the business case for them? I think I would have loved to see, if you buy this bin for 1,500 and it's gonna last you, I don't know, 2 years, without you having to maintain it. This is how much you can make for your waste in the meantime to pay for the capital layout that a consumer would have put in. So I'm very curious to understand a typical household that would pay 1,500 per bin, how much can they actually make by recycling and calling you guys to collect their waste? Because they also need to have a business case to make that 1,500 investment. If a bin is 100 rands today, a normal bin, 1,500 is a big jump. So, what's the sales pitch or business case for them? Apart from the soft party elements of fixing the environment, which I get. Were you able to hear me?
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so as the bin is sold by consumers, it comes with 10 complimentary refuse bags, which are way bigger and way stronger than the ones that we're used to. So as the people recycle, they put their recycled materials in these bins, and then through the app they get us to come and collect the rest of their bin. So the money that they would be making back depends on the amount of recycled material that they have. So if it's small, then the amount would be equivalent to how much they have recycled.
No.
So
yes, I hear you. But my question is,
Judge, I think the time is up.
Yeah. So just as a coaching, sorry. It would be good for you to put an average, right? So of all the households that you or a median number that you're going to target, the median amount of waste produced is X, multiplied by Y that you'll pay them per ton or per kg or whatever. Because I'm saying to you, the jump from buying a bin at Pick and Pay for 100 rands to 1.5. Someone needs to be convinced that the investment is worth it. That's the piece of coaching I'd like to give you. Show that. Yes, so the consumer desires and knows that this thing is going to pay for itself.
Okay, yes, sir. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much, judges, and thank you very much to our participant, and all the best. So, colleagues, I think before we move to the next, can I request the judges to keep the questions as brief and short as possible, to also allow the participants to maybe offer the judges more context to assist the judges in their judging. I know it's quite important for the judges to get a bit of more context to be able to do their judging a bit easier. So I'm just going to quickly ask the colleagues to try to keep their questions as short as possible. I know it's 2 minutes, even if it's just as short as possible. So next we are going to have our next candidate on the podium to present their own project. We just want to quickly make sure the presentation. So I see, can you please stop sharing? Are you still seeing? Thank you very much, colleagues. Okay, so we will indicate when your time starts, and you have 3 minutes for your presentation, and you also have 2 minutes for questions and answers from the judges' side. And then I will indicate when it's a minute to wrap up on your side. And your time starts now.
Greetings to all. In front of you is Sipose Tubambi, so I hope everyone is doing good. One of the definitions of agriculture is that it is the art and science of cultivating the soil and growing crops. As we all know, soil farming comes with a lot of challenges that include soil erosion and massive water consumption, which we as a country cannot afford because of one of our biggest problem is the scarcity of water leading to drought. In addition, times have changed, so we need to adapt to new technologies while not destroying the future of the next generations. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you to Matlagen Produce, a hydroponic business that plants without the use of soil. Instead, it uses water to grow plants, and they get their nutrients directly from the soil. Instead of using the soil to get their nutrients, they use water. Hydroponic systems save space, they have improved growth and yields, they harvest mature products, and they conserve water, meaning they use 80% to 90% less water than the plants grown in the grass. With hydroponics, you can plant herbs, fruits, and vegetables and others. Hydroponics are done indoors, meaning a greenhouse is needed. Grow lights, water, soil-free mediums, nutrient dispersion techniques, and nutrient solutions and automated nutrient mixing. The NFT, a nutrient film technique, is a watering system we use in hydroponics. Plants are grown in a tray of growing medium, which is a rock wool in this instance, and the plants are submerged in a channel of water that slowly trickles down from the top of the tray. Now, when the water reaches the bottom of the tray, it is pumped back to the top to start the process again. Nutrient solutions are used to water the plants. They're a combination of water, nutrients, and a pH adjuster, which makes sure that the solution is the right acidity. Lastly, we have the automated nutrient doses and mixes. Doses of different nutrients are automatically added to the water at different times and mixed. All these systems are designed to work indoors, meaning they have timers for lighting and keep the water moving. Hydroponics create local economic value, employment opportunities, and produce high quality, nutritious, and tasty produce. Our target market includes grocery stores, hospitals, hotels, restaurants, and individuals in general, along with the schools. A startup capital is estimated at about 750,000 because we want to start big, and an increase of plus 10% in sales revenue per annum is anticipated in the turnover growth for the next 2 years, and new investments amounting to 500,000 are projected for the expansion of the business. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I produce to you Matlagen produce a hydroponic business where life nourishes. Thank you.
Your time is up. I'm going to hand over to Mr. Naidu quickly for a question, and then I'll come to the judges online.
Okay, just 2 questions. Can you give just a bit more on the competition? It is, I believe that I've seen this before with other companies in agri-tech trying to roll this out. Just around the market strategy, competition, and then your figures. You expecting a 750,000 Rand investment. What revenue are you expect to turn over within, you mentioned you're breaking even in the next 2 years. So what sort of numbers are you looking at that justifies your ask for the 750?
With competition, yes, there are businesses in South Africa, which are very few, that do hydroponics, but because of the do not advertise more, or let me not put it that way, but because of I feel like South Africans are not well exposed to hydroponics, which is a solution to our problems, soil erosions and stuff. And with hydroponics, we can plant year round and everything. And in terms of the 750,000, it is because of we want to start big. But remember, with hydroponics, we can start small because it can actually be done indoors. You can do it in your own house. But because of we want to start big, and the target market is very big, with include schools, hospitals, restaurants, and hotels, which uses what we plant, which uses fresh herbs, fruits, and vegetables on a daily basis. So with that, we can provide them with those.
Thank you. Can I have a judge online? Babu Spear?
Yes, thank you so much for the presentation. What is your unique value proposition? So why would an investor choose to invest in you and not your competitors?
Well, I think they would choose to invest to me because we're trying to come up with the ways of adapting to new technologies post-COVID-19, come up how to live up to how the world has changed now. And yeah, we're adapting to new challenges.
Or any comments? 2 seconds? No, thank you, colleagues. And thank you very much for the brilliant presentation. We're going to move. I think we did well on time, judges, and we're moving. So I'm going to hand over to the next participant that will be coming on stage to give us a presentation. Are you ready? I think Mr. Sandile did allude the rules in terms of the time. So you have 3 minutes for your presentation, and you also have 2 minutes for questions. And you'll also see, I will indicate if you have a minute left. I've tried to cut my hair not to look scary, so when I raise it up, just please note you have a minute left, and we'll also indicate when you should start. So your 3 minutes starts now.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to my presentation. Today, I will be presenting to you our brick-making company that produces bricks from materials that are made from compressed earth materials. These materials These materials are resources that are usually found in abundance. Therefore, they will have less sustainability issues. This will make our production to be sustainable. The problem that we are currently facing till to this day is lack of access to adequate housing due to ever increasing prices associated with building houses and also sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. I'd like to end my presentation.
Some time, you can just try to calm down a bit. Breathe in. Breathe in. So you still have some time. Don't stress.
Thank you.
Yeah, still have some time.
Thank you. However, our company is there to help solve that problem. Part of making housing accessible is reducing the cost of materials needed to construct dwellings. Therefore, we'll be providing bricks that will be the prices will be considerably low so that it will be accessible to the majority of the population. Our business model is three-pronged. First, we'll be producing and selling bricks using automated brick-making materials, and then as we grow, we'll then expand into construction, and then eventually we will then venture into new technologies and innovations since our company is centered around innovation. The market for building infrastructure is quite huge. This is emphasized by the announcement made by the government officials to fund the infrastructural project to stimulate the economy. Therefore, our product will be even more in demand. We are currently a team of 3, each of us having complementary skills that will help us achieve our company objectives. I'm currently pursuing civil engineering studies, and Tapela has experience in construction, and Mahona is a final year geologist student. Our financial traction has been in constant fluctuations. However, we went back to the drawing board and figured that if we incorporate brick-making machines, it will increase our revenue significantly.
Your time is up, Sandra. Thank you very much.
Thank
you. We have 2 minutes for questions. And one question will come from Mr. Naidu, and one question will come from Mr. Sibia, and then in that order.
Yeah, well done. I know it's nerve-wracking to stand there, but you did very well.
Thank you.
So just the first question, I'm not sure if I missed this. What is the material of the bricks made from, and is from an ecological perspective as well? And then why did you make a loss in those 2 years? Just the reasons behind the loss. And then do you look at what's the future, where you're breaking even? And yeah, I just want to understand the reasons for that. Thanks.
The materials that we are using, that we are currently using for the production of these bricks is fine aggregate sand and clay soil. These materials, according to our research, have been found to be found in abundance. there is not much competition. It does not compete that much with agriculture because clay soil is not usually used there. So it usually it is found in abundance for us. So and also during our beginning stages of our company, we kind of struggled with financially speaking, because the reason for the losses it was because of the way we were operating and stuff. We were lacking the proper machinery and the proper things to properly bring the operation to order. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Mr. Sibia? Thank you, Sana. No, there's still another. Mr. Sibia, we're struggling to hear you. Can you hear us, Judge? Okay, we're just struggling to hear you. We're just going to quickly attend to it. I don't know if the other judge is audible. We also, I don't think we are able to hear the colleagues online. Mr. Naidu, are you fine with another question so long? Okay. Okay, so Mr. Ibzi, I'm just going to give Mr. Naidu to ask the last question, and then I will note your hand on the next participant. Is that fine? Thank you, colleagues.
Okay, so there were also other entrepreneurs, student entrepreneurs, that came up with ecological bricks for the sustainability as well. What do you think about your competition? Can you give a bit more around the competition around that? And the machinery, what is the type of machinery that we'll be using? I mean, taking the trends these days, we have 3D printing, but 3D printing is still very expensive to do. What type of machinery are you looking that could also give you an advantage, a competitive advantage on that?
The machinery that we are looking forward to use is the automated. It's called Q14 automated brick making machine. That machine will help us to differentiate us from the competition in that it brings a textual element to it that other competitions don't have. Our competitions usually are the brick making companies that are usually using the materials that are exhaustive to the environment, that are not sustainable in the long run. Sorry, sir.
So, thank you very much, colleagues. The time is up. I'm just going to quickly thank you very much for your lovely presentation. Can we give a round of applause? Thank you very much. I was going to say to everyone that I'm giving away prizes for a round of applause, but this is how I allow everyone to be there. So, colleagues, I just want to check with the judges online before we move on if we can just hear them. Babu Spia? So we can hear you on the headset. So we just going to quickly try to get your sound in the venue to ensure that the participants can hear. Or what we would opt to do is to give the participants maybe the headphones to hear you so that they're able to reply to you. I think that will assist the process. Thank you, judges. So we're just gonna get ready for the next participant. Again. We just want to double check the sound again. Mr. Sivia?
It's Alina, EDHE, business presentation.
So Abusbi, I will tell you to speak again so that we can just check it. We just want to quickly ensure that all is good before we move to also participants that could be joining us online. Abusbia, can we try it again?
Testing 1, 2.
We are all good and ready to rumble. So colleagues, I'm going to quickly allow the next participant to present. So we have 3 minutes for presentation, 2 minutes for questions and answers from the judges. And we should be able to move. So which one is it? Alina, EDHE, pitch slides. Okay. Is that the one? Yes. Okay. We're just gonna share it and then please test your clicker. Okay. So I will indicate to you when you have a minute left. I'll also indicate when your time starts. And your time starts now.
About 250 babies are born every minute, and every new person is a new consumer. However, our natural resources such as land, water are not increasing to cater for the increasing needs of the rapidly increasing population. Poor agricultural services, lack of resources and skills are leading farmers to be inefficient in their productions, and most of the smallholder farmers end up leaving the industry, which results with a decrease in agricultural production. However, we have a solution. Our solution is a TV program named The Farmers Show, which is there to assist with the training and sharing of information that's going to assist farmers to be more productive and to help them to cater for the increasing needs of South African population. Our competition is Solo, is Agri TV channel. However, we have a competitive advantage, which is that farmers can access our services free of charge. And we're not only focusing on commercial farmers, we're also catering for the small scale farmers. Our business is scalable and there is a niche market that our business can explore. Our team combines substantial knowledge and skills that complement each other. We'll be working with the producer, Mrs. Stanley, who is already working for SABC3. Myself, Alina Nziapane, I'm completing my PhD in sustainable agriculture. The co-host is Mrs. Matapelo, who has an honors in media and communication. The company will make money by pitching the show to a particular network such as SABC or ETV, then the network would buy our show at a fixed rate per season. And the company can also make more money by advertisement and sponsorship. With the money that we're going to get from EDHE, we are intending to use it to conduct a research on how to effectively develop the show and also to kick off the business. Remember, before anyone can be productive or add value to the society, they need to eat, and that makes agriculture the beginning of all types of growth. Therefore, to ensure growth, South Africa needs the Farmers' Show. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alina. And I'm going to hand over to the judges online for the questions. So you have 2 minutes.
Good day, Alina. Great to see you again. I just want to find out how will this show help the small-scale farmer to grow to eventually become commercial?
I'm sorry, I did not get the question very well. I think the connection was not so good. I didn't get the question. Can somebody repeat it for me?
Okay, let me try ask it again. I'm asking how will the show help a small-scale farmer to grow and eventually become a commercial farmer?
Okay, thank you very much for your question. Remember, when we're dealing with small-scale farmers, we're talking about people who are not, most of them, they didn't even get a chance to go to universities and study about agriculture. So when they watch the TV, when they watch this show on TV, it's going to give them, it's going to share with them crucial information that they need, such as how to apply for funds that the Department of Agriculture is handing out. Not only that, but also to link them to the different stakeholders that are in the industry, such as suppliers or customers. So it will really assist them a lot.
Okay, so I'm going to presume that this is going to be very content specific, right? There's going to be a lot of work in ensuring that, because it's not hands-on, people are watching TV, that they need to grasp everything and know what to do exactly and point them in the right direction. Then the second question, if you can comment on that, the second question is, how are you making money?
Okay. With the first one, you said I should comment, just to comment, not really to answer. Okay, we're going to have a guest visitor. Let's say maybe we're talking about crop. So we'll get a lecturer or a specialist who specializes in crop, and then he will be there to present about crop. And then we would have few questions that we think a lot of smallholder farmers who are farming with crops needs to know, so that he could address those questions. And then with the second question, sorry, I forgot it. What did you say? Okay. The company is going to make money through the advertisements and sponsorships. Remember, there's a lot of agricultural industries or companies that actually are selling, let's say, maybe fertilizers, and they're not known by the farmers. So if they sponsor us, we'll get to advertise whatever product that they're selling, and through that, we're going to make money. Thank you.
Thank you. Your time is up. Thank you, judges, and thank you, Alina, for the presentation. Thank you very much. People online can also do hand claps there online. I'm also giving away gifts for the people that clap more. So what we are going to do now, we're just going to take a 5 minutes break, and then we are going to allow the participants to also join online, and also the next presentation will be from SPU that will be presented from this side. Just to give 5 minutes stretch, and then we should be able to start again. Thank you, colleagues.
Will do.
Colleagues, I think we are ready to start. We're ready to start. Tato, are you ready for us? So colleagues, we were almost done with the category. We are only left with 2 participants. One will be presenting now from Solplaki University. And then we also have one, Ms. Relewile will be joining us virtually. And then we should be done with the first category. And then as we move on to the second one, I will introduce it as we go. So I just want to make sure, are the judges back and are we online? I just want to check if we are audible. Judges online?
Testing, 1, 2.
Enkosi babusibia, Natepila. Are we good? Okay, colleagues, thank you very much. So I'm going to hand over to our participant from Solplaki University. And we're still on the same terms, 3 minutes presentation and 2 minutes for questions and answers. And I will indicate when you should start. I will also indicate when you have a minute left. So if you have a minute left, I'll raise it up. And I'll also indicate when it's your time to start. And your time, your 3 minutes starts now.
Let's turn trash into cash. We are focused on creating a high quality product that will create maximum value for its customers. We convert plastic waste into building products. Plastic waste is not just a South African problem, but a worldwide problem. Roughly, about 54.2 million tons of plastic is produced in South Africa, and only a fraction of it is recycled. Companies have to pay to dispose of their waste, so we solve their problem. Basically, the waste comes for free. What makes our product so special? It's an eco-friendly product, meaning that it reduces carbon footprint, it's more durable than conventional bricks, comes in customizable sizes, it has better strength and quality than as compared to conventional bricks, it has super heat insulating properties. It's also half the weight of conventional bricks, so during transportation and installation, it's faster in terms of cost implications. We use plastic waste and mix it with sand, and plastic is like the binder. Plastic is fibrous in nature, therefore the brick ends up having a stronger compression strength. Currently, we don't have direct competitors, as most of the companies trade in cement-made paving blocks. And since we will mostly be operating in the Northern Cape, the province only has 5 small-scale brick manufacturing companies, which makes competition minimal. We have calculated that we need an approximate startup capital of 120,000 to purchase equipment such as a furnace, your plastic crushers, your spades, your paving block molders, and your personal protective equipment to make production more effective. Currently, the business is made up of 2 members who are involved in the manufacturing of the bricks, know about the business, and want to see it grow. TS Construction, providing quality products by turning trash into cash. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tato. You are right on time. I'm going to hand over to the judges. And so I'm going to try to open up the space for the judges online for questions. And the 2 minutes starts now. Mr. Sibia, do you have any questions?
No, I'm covered. Chair, thank you for a good presentation, very clear.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Naidoo, any questions for me? So Mr. Nai is also covered, so I don't think we have any questions. Are there any comments from colleagues so long?
Can you just explain the process of how you convert the trash? Am I getting it right that the trash to bricks, right? That specific process, and then do you have enough capacity to collect that much? How do you see the future in terms of resources? Where do you have to collect tons of trash to get this to the furnace or whatever, and make the specific bricks that you're delivering on?
We start by making fire, like we melt the plastic, then after we mix it with sand, it becomes like clay, where you will pour it in your paving block molders, then after that you will get your brick. Yes. And the second question, currently we're only 2, so as we grow, we will try to employ more people by assisting and get a much bigger place where we can improve the production and yeah.
Okay. So are you making the bricks now with the 2, or is it just an idea for now? Are you guys making bricks, and are you charging customers for that? What sort of revenue and profits are you making out of that? Because you can possibly also build the cash flow to employ more people to get that traction going.
Currently, only 2 are making the bricks, but we haven't started selling the bricks. We are just in the testing stage.
Okay, so what is the 120,000 rands going to be used for then? I mean, you mentioned equipment.
Yes.
But I would have already started selling right now if you have those bricks ready. So is it just, yeah, I'm trying to figure out whether it's you should put it to more capacity or the equipment that you're asking. Yeah, can you just explain that a little bit more, if you get what I'm saying?
Yes, the 120,000 is to boost production, because currently, if we do it manually, the 2 of us can make about 30 bricks per day, which won't be enough to sell.
Okay.
Thank you, judges, and thank you, Tato, for the brilliant presentation. And yeah, can we give Tato a hand of applause, colleagues? Thank you, team. Just want to quickly double check online if Rilebile, can you hear us?
Yes, I can, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Can you maybe share the presentation? We just want to quickly check if we can see it.
Not a problem, sir. A minute, please.
Okay.
Can you see it now?
Yes, can you maybe... Okay, it's starting. Okay, now we can see. I just want to check if you are audible. Can you try it again before we start?
Good morning.
Okay.
Am I audible?
Yeah, no, we can hear you. So what's going to take place is that you have 3 minutes for your presentation and also 2 minutes for questions and answers. And then I will indicate when your time is up, and the judges will be asking you questions, and it will take 2 minutes questions and 3 minutes presentation. I will indicate to you when to start. Are we fine?
That's fine by me, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So your 3 minutes starts now. You may begin.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Relebohile Poba, the founder of Hospitality Training Institute of Excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, HTI was envisioned in 2021, and it culminated from the concept of what is commonly known as to be one of the major problems that South Africa is currently facing, and that being limited educational facilities and institutions. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to stress the fact that our vision is to create an economic opportunity and freedom for the youth through and by education. My idea serves to solve 2 socio-economic problems that South Africa is currently facing, which is poverty and lack of education for some of our youth, more especially the ones that did not get admissions into tertiary institution. Now, the question is, what is the idea? The idea is to open a hospitality training the idea is to open a hospitality and tourism institute in Botshabelo that will be offering accredited modules and issuing out diploma certificates approved by the South African Qualifications Authority and Sector Education and Training Authority. What will the impact be? Students who did not get admissions into universities and colleges will receive an equal training as the ones who have studied in colleges. Our students will also get an opportunity to do their practicals at well-known hotels, lodges, restaurants, and game reserves. Our young people will therefore be assisted and mentored into starting their own businesses. That way, poverty rate, ladies and gentlemen, will be reduced. We have identified our strengths to be the accredited programs that will be offering, diverse student body that will be within our institute, proactive student support, and our weaknesses to be operational structure, student preparedness at entrance, and limited resources. The opportunities are diplomas of accredited modules that will be issued out, increased value of higher education in completion. And then we've also identified the threats to be negative public perception and budget crisis. Ladies and gentlemen, for this institute to come into existence or for it to happen, a budget or a sum of 1,865,000 is needed for equipment, rent, salaries, software, and as well as verification of the qualifications of the employees. The question is, what is it that we have done up to so far? We have applied for accreditation. We have an online restaurant that is open, whereby we have partnered with Uber Eats. We have the training manuals that are to be used. And then we have also applied for learnerships with CETA. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your time.
Thank you very much, Rilebile. Your time has ended. I'm going to hand over to the judges. So we have 2 minutes from the judges to 2 minutes for questions and answers. So I'm going to hand over to Dada Sibia, and then I'll hand over to Mr. Naidu in that order, colleagues.
Thank you very much, Relebohile. Tell me about your financial model. I know that the space is very difficult to traverse with the accreditation that can take up to forever. How do you plan on generating an income? Will it be fees that the students will pay, getting corporates to sponsor? How much will you be charging? What's your revenue model?
Thank you very much, sir, for that question. When it comes to our revenue model, we've decided that we will charge the students around 1,000 rands a month as their fees, and then they'll be paying about 1,500 rands for registration fees. And then secondly, what I also wanted to mention is that HTI, Hospitality Training Institute of Excellence, has birthed an online restaurant called Kasi Cuisine. This is one of our revenue streams. We've opened the restaurant on the 5th of July this year, and then it has been operating since then. We've partnered with Uber Eats. So up to so far, we have about like that restaurant as a source of income. But once the institute is operating, we'll also be depending on the fees that the students will be paying and other agricultural activities that will be taking place within our institute, sir.
Okay, just as a follow-up, your online restaurants, have you broken even? Are you making money? Are you losing money? And how are you using the revenue that you're making there?
We've reached a point of the break-even part. The thing is, we've had a bit of a challenge whereby most of our customers were actually complaining about the fees that Uber Eats is charging them in terms of delivery fees. So now we are still looking for a place whereby we'll be operating from, so that at least we also get to have walk-ins instead of people just placing orders online. But other than that, we've reached that point of the break-even point.
Just very quickly, what was the research done around 1,000 rands per month, and the 1,500? That might be, for me as a student, 1,000 forking out 1,000 rands is quite a lot. What is the research behind that, and how do you align the opening a restaurant to students? I know the time is up, but just some questions to think on. Thanks.
Oh, the time is up. No? Okay. Judge, the system has dictated. The time was up, so that she was muted. Yeah. I doubt. She got it. Okay. So, Relebile, thank you very much for availing yourself and for your presentation. And yeah, so thank you very much. You are our last participant in the category. So we're going to prepare to move to the next category. And yes, you may stop sharing the screen before we see other issues. Thank you very much. The participants for the next session, can we get ready? Sorry, hello. Hello, we can hear you. Yes, thank you very much. She was about to give us the PIN numbers of the cards we don't have. Is it fine?
Yeah.
So you have 3 minutes for the presentation, and you have 2 minutes for 2 minutes, 3 minutes presentation, 2 minutes for questions from the judges. And I will indicate when you have a minute left. I think you have seen my cute looking poster here for 1 minute. And then also when it's time for questions, I will indicate. Can we try to also in your answers be clear with the time frame you are given? Can I also just caution, and not caution as such, but engage with the judges to say, can we also keep the 2 minutes to allow at least 2 or 3 questions? If we could push in that direction. I'm just quickly going to introduce the next category, and also, so the next category will be existing business and tech. We have candidates from CUT and candidates from the University of the Free State and also from SPU. So participants will be joining us online and also physical. So the next participant will be Noluvuyo Zaka, am I right?
Yes.
So Noluvuyo Zaka. We're within, during, and amongst. And I'm going to indicate your 3 minutes will start now.
Imagine being a first-year student in a new place, let alone not even knowing where to go to make your first book purchase at a reasonable price whilst waiting for that allowance to clock in. And to be honest, the pandemic made us realize that we are moving fast into a digital world. I mean, most businesses were forced to go digital or go home in order to operate. And that was a win for many people like me. Ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. My name is Novio and my surname is Zaga. I am the founder of Equitical, which is a web-based VR marketplace with a digital wallet for the university communities, piloting between the two universities in Bloemfontein, thereafter Northern Cape and Vaal. Our go-to-market strategy was to develop the first beta products of the platform, of which it made us realize, and we use it as a market research and a customer research. Our target markets include students, administrative and academic staff, and the businesses that exist within the university community. Our business model is based on 3 plans. We've got the basic, which is free. We've got the pro, which costs around 20 Rand per month, and we've got the premium, which costs at 30 Rand per month. We are currently registered with 3 payment options or payment system for the checkouts and for the digital wallets, which is the Ozo, the PayFast, and the MasterCard. These are our financial projections. Our revenue model is based on subscription, third-party advertising for big retailers, commission, and fees of the digital wallets and transaction. We are currently on the final developmental stage, and we are a team of 2 working with other external parties like software developers and business development organizations. And we are currently raising a seed funding of 200,000 Rand, which is going to be used for equipment, registration as a financial service provider for the digital wallet, and for the operations and marketing. This is the team of the platform. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for a lovely presentation, and you're right on time. I'm going to hand over to Mr. Naidu, then we move to that is Bia online, or any of the judges that are online for questions. Mr. Naidu, over to you.
Okay, well done, good presentation. What will be sold on that e-commerce platform between the students? Wait, sorry, first question, and then I'm trying to understand the freemium, the free model, right? How is that linked to the subscription services? How is it split between freemium, pro, and ultimate? What is the service offerings on that related to the subscription and then to the revenue model? Because I want to see where the biggest chunks will actually come from.
Okay, what is going to be sold on the platform is that, let's say you are a student and you've got a second-hand book, or you have a business. You are going to be able to sell that second-hand book on the platform for all other students. For now, we are operating between one specific university because we had to find a specific geographical territory where the demand was going to be the strongest. So the sale is going to happen between that university that you are currently in until we expand to other universities. And with the subscription plans, the subscription is differentiated in 3 plans. That is the basic, the pro, and the premium. On the pro, only some features of the digital wallet is going to be available. But then on the premium, the person is going to have the full access of the e-commerce and the digital wallets, meaning they can transact into their personal accounts too. But on the pro, they will not be able to transact to their personal accounts, so they're going to use the funds within the site only until they upgrade to the premium. yeah, the pro cost around 20 rand per month, and then the premium cost 30 rand per month.
Yeah. We have a few minutes.
Thank you.
Seconds.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tell us about your competitors.
Uh,
What sets you apart?
Oh, okay. What sets us apart is that this is a VR marketplace, meaning that the experience is going to be as physical as you going into a shop purchasing a product. The other thing that sets us apart is that there is a very high security, meaning that the sale is going to be trusted because it happens within university premises, meaning that no other person from outside can be able to purchase on the platform, and that in terms of delivery, there's no need to pay for delivery fees unless you can request for an outside delivery, outside of the university delivery. So,
Any competitors?
not really, we do not have any direct competitors at the moment because the Facebook marketplace cannot be trusted. I don't want the platform to be a playground for scammers and people that you cannot trust. So it's always going to be people from inside the university and registered businesses.
Thank you very much for the lovely presentation. A round of applause as we get ready for our next participant. I just want to quickly double check online to see if we are moving. So we need Mr. Tebe. Mr. Tebe, are you available?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Mr. Tebe, can you please share your screen for us for your presentation? We can. Yes, I can see it, Mr. Tebe. I can see it. I can see it. So I think I will indicate to you when to start. You have 3 minutes for presentation, and 2 minutes for the. You have 3 minutes for the presentation, and 2 minutes for questions and answers from the judge. Are we fine?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna indicate when your 3 minutes starts, and we should be ready. And I will also indicate when your time is up. So your time, your 3 minutes starts now.
Good morning to panelists and fellow entrepreneurs. I am Tebe Masopa, CEO, founder of Encrypted EDHE ICT and management consultants, bringing the future in innovation. We're a technology-focused business based in the Free State. Cybersecurity attacks, ICT equipment breakdown. I'm sure you're thinking boring until it happens to you and your business. Organizations lose millions yearly due to inadequate software and hardware maintenance. Encrypted EDHE ICT and management consultants bring you all these solutions under one roof, as we have the capacity to install, monitor, and supply said hardware and software. We also have the capacity to offer innovative technology development, as we're currently in the development of numerous innovations, one of them being a mobile money solution to increase financial inclusion within society and assist the underbanked, and another being a tour and events promotion platform to boost tourism within our country. Our team consists of myself and numerous technical support staff, and we do contract expertise when we deem it necessary. South Africa has one of the largest ICT markets in Africa, with a whopping 112 billion rand market size for the year 2021. Public and private are spending more and more on ICT. In 2019, the Free State Provincial Government invested 19 million rand in 4IR technologies development through the Central University of Technology, which is not a lot, but it is a start. Target markets include public and private sector organizations. Our competitors in the market include the City ICT and a few smaller ICT companies. Our competitive advantage over our competitors is we provide 24-hour-a-day monitoring and 18-hour-a-day customer service and care as we strive to improve our services with the client in mind. To date, these are many satisfied customers, as you can see on the slide. Our revenue model makes a provision of a range of subscription models and hourly services. Our marketing strategies that we employ include direct marketing, social media marketing, and a range of other marketing strategies. Our sales forecast shows an increase in per-user support and IT procurement, and a steady number in other services that we provide. From our sales revenue for the past years, we've seen an increase in revenue. These are the financial needs for us to grow in the upcoming year. And from an investment point, we're looking for your purchase orders either on maintenance retainer, our prospective project sponsors, to assist student innovators in developing their apps and platforms. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your time is up. I'm trying to allow the tech not to influence me to be more online on the judges. But I think I'll give Mr. Naidu and also the DCB the opportunity to ask the questions, and the 2 minutes starts now, colleagues.
Okay, so this is a very competitive market that you're operating in. So I'm trying to, can you just answer this question? Are you in the game of ICT consulting, or are you releasing a specific app? Because it wasn't clear whether you're in the broad segment of ICT, whether you started off with Encrypted, and then I got the sense of security. Is it ICT security consulting specifically and only ICT consulting in the broad sense? And then you mentioned an app. What does that app do in the grand scheme of things in your business?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a great question. Thank you for that. Well, basically, we're an ICT in a broad sense because we look at technologies as moving forward, and we innovate. We use innovation in our business, basically. So currently, we offer support services to SMEs. That's what we've been doing currently. But with the scale of things, we're moving to organizations, mainly governmental, and we're looking at healthcare as a niche. So in the terms of the app, it's a mobile money wallet that is going to serve to increase financial inclusion within society, basically. So you could use it anywhere. So we use specific technology where you can pay using wirelessly, you can pay using that tag. So what makes it innovative is that we have a specific tag with a range of technologies that you can pay with wirelessly. So that's, in the grand scheme of things, that's going to be a big revenue build.
Okay, so I think you should have actually come with the app. That's the tech, instead of the whole ICT. Because you're basically a group and you're rolling out the app, and that's your tech business. Because if you go outside Bloemfontein, maybe you get the market in Bloemfontein, you're going to come up very difficult, particularly around other companies that are operating, especially in Gauteng. It's a very difficult market to get in ICT. So I would have actually spoke around the app a bit more if that's what you were bringing to the table.
So thank you, judges. Unfortunately, the time is up. Thank you very much for the lovely presentation, and all the best. So we're going to move to the next two candidates. Next two candidates will be presenting face to face. So we have two candidates from the University of the Free State to be presenting next. Please look at the screen to indicate your file. EDHE present, is it this one? Yes. Okay. And you already know, 3 minutes presentation and 2 minutes from questions from the judges. I will indicate to you when you have 1 minute left. And judges, let's try to keep the questions as short as possible within the 2 minutes. Participants, try to answer as frank and as quickly as possible to ensure that you have an opportunity for the judges to hear your answers in the 2 minutes you have. So I will indicate when you have a minute, and I'll also indicate when you're ready to start. And your 3 minutes will start. Your 3 minutes starts now.
Imagine that cold morning when you are late for a job interview and your car just won't start, and there's no electricity to even attend it online. Don't worry, A1 Battery Clinic has got your back. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Saselihle Khumalo, and I'm from the University of the Free State. I'm the owner of A1 Battery Clinic. We are based in Harrismith, and we operate Monday to Sunday, including public holidays. We are currently rated level 1 on BEE, and as I've mentioned, we are in Harrismith. These are our products. We sell renewable energy, batteries, mining batteries, gates, generator, motorcycle, your car batteries, your truck and tractor batteries. We offer services of reconditioning, free battery testing and diagnosis. We deliver at home, and we do home services as well. We do battery life extension and start post replacement. We have sealed the deal with Auto Pedigree. We are selling to Auto Pedigree, and we are trying to sell to Government Garage. We are currently busy with our paperwork, and we have also submitted to the University of the Free State. So our clientele isn't just business to business, we sell to individuals as well. And sorry, that was bad, it was just our customers. And our competition is Midas, Battery Center, and Super Quick. We are different to them because we deliver and we go to home and service for our customers. We have made total sale of 196,000 in 8 months of operation. We started the business in February, and our sales were up to 15,000. We realized that the more that we market our business, it actually makes more sales. So we need 500,000 rand to 1 million to actually, we feel like we need to start our own battery brand, and we need to market our business more, and we need an interactive website so that our customers can buy online and expand obviously to from Harrismith to Kwakwa to Bethlehem, and you name the places. Yes, I personally can do the diagnosis, the battery fitment, the marketing, and the services. So with our human resources, we wish to employ more people. We currently have 1 assistant. As I am standing here, the shop is operating in Harrismith right now. And we have had a positive review that says, thank you for your service, very friendly and helpful. The owner has done it herself. So I do the job myself most of the time, and yeah, I think I have all the skills.
And your time is up. I'm trying to
you.
have a video voice. Thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you.
And I'm going to hand over to the judges. We have 2 minutes for questions. I'm going to hear from Dr. Sibia, and then I'll hand over to Mr. Naidu if our judges are fine online.
Yes, thank you. Marketing.
Yes.
About check plan. Clear.
Mr. Sibia, we're struggling to hear you. Mr. Sibia?
Can you hear?
You're just breaking up. I'll just step in. I think and I was probably alluding to the same question as Mr. Sabia, is your marketing. You mentioned marketing.
Yes.
What are the aspects of marketing that you're doing for that? And then the second one from my question is, is your business then based around convenience? And what about the affordability for your customers? And I only saw 2 reviews there. Is that going to obviously increase?
To answer a question, with marketing, we try to market online, and we do personal marketing, like we hand out pamphlets around town. And we are we are very open-minded to try anything else. But for now, we're based on social media marketing and physical marketing. And yes, sorry, can you repeat your other question?
Just, is your business then based on convenience? What about affordability? And then just in terms of delivery, what is the radius that you can accommodate currently?
For now, we can accommodate Harrismith and Kwatwa and Gestel. And yes, with convenience, I think we try for our customers to have everything they need, and at the shop, and obviously when we deliver for them. Affordability, yes. With affordabilities, yes, we are quite affordable. However, I had mentioned it in the slides as one of our problems. Our customers constantly compare us to our competitors for pricing. So, and our brand is different. We sell maintenance-free batteries, which are premium. There's no more need for acid spills and water maintenance. So they feel like we are a bit expensive because we sell maintenance-free batteries, but actually you save more than buying the acid battery that needs you to maintain it frequently, because you need to buy the acid in the water. So yeah, we are trying to manage our prices very well. That is why we have made sales of 196,000 in 8 months.
Mr. Sibia, I have a few seconds left for you.
Yes, Mr. Thank you so much.
Mr. B, it's still buffering, and I think the connection is still breaking a bit. So the power invested in me, because I think the time is already up. I hope that Mr. Sibe will be able to also give comments or from the judges' review, or yeah. So thank you very much, colleagues.
All right, thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. A round of applause. And we have our next candidate or participant. I'm trying to see if this is not a business also, me emceeing, and there are opportunities that are here. And so I'm hoping that I will be signed off. I'll have a manager also here who can manage my talent of emceeing, colleagues. Even the colleagues online, you can hear the voice that I have is about money. And yeah. So the next candidate will be presenting. Just 1 minute for technical setup. Colleagues online, are we still fine? I just want to double check if everyone is still there with us. I see the hands, we're fine. I'm hoping the hands are for a tender of my MC abilities and business. So our next candidate is ready. Mr. Jibalani, please note you have 3 minutes for presentation. And you also have 2 minutes for the judges. I will indicate if you have 1 minute left, and also indicate when the judges have to ask you questions. So your 3 minutes starts now.
Good day, people, judges. My name is Jawulani Mabuza, and I am the founder of Honor Watches, which is a private company that was registered in 2020 and established in 2021. Honor Watches is a watch producing company as well as a watch brand. I repair and assemble these watches from component by component. I assembled my first watch, automatic watch, in January 2022, which is called Trailblazer, valued at 3,500, which is the one I'm having right now. This is a self-winding watch with an oscillator that actually powers itself the more you move your wrist. Okay, our product description, in a time where we were introduced to smartwatches, Honor watches, I decided to stick on analog watches, ranging from quartz watches to automatic watches. So my market analysis is that the top 5 selling luxury brands in South Africa are not locally owned or locally made. So I am attempting to fall in the list in the long run. So my target markets are, for the basic watches, are students and ordinary earning individuals. And for the high net worth individuals, these are the watches with specialized features and basically high quality watches. For students, I usually use social media and Instagram sponsored ads to market myself. For high net worth individuals, I actually approach individuals who are high net worth earners, and that's how I basically market for the high net worth, the high quality watches. And for advertising, promotions and conferences, this is how I actually advertise my work. I attend promotions in the local Plush, which we are allowed to promote our brands. It's on a local launch, and as I've said, I use Instagram sponsored ads to also reach a much broader audience. I also attend conferences, entrepreneurial conferences, to engage with people. So these are the watches since last year, 2021 February. This is the evolution of my watches, from the Pioneer Quest to the Trailblazer 1.0, which is the watch I'm carrying right now. Okay, this is a blueprint of my next watch, the Trailblazer 2.0. As you can see, it has a moissanite stone, as well as the extra features valued in 12,000 rands. My competitors, I have 2 most challenging competitors, which is Met Arend and Tesha South Africa. These are companies that actually produce watches in South Africa. They do not import already made watches. They produce them. And I'm also in the process of producing such watches, as I just produced one, and I also have the ones that are there. I also made them. As you can see, the dials are quite unique. And the competitors I have advantage over are these 4 companies.
Your time is up. Mr. Bisibia, before we start with the questions, can we just quickly check your line if it's back?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, leadership. So I'm going to start the
My
questions.
video off. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Sibi. Do you have a question for the participant?
Yeah, just traction. Can you elaborate further on the traction you've made so far, your validation process from to you are now? Just go through just a bit of detail of the and where you are now currently. Thanks.
Could you please repeat the question? I couldn't hear.
I wanted to find out about the traction that you have made so far. How many customers have you reached? How much money have you made so far?
Can you show the slides? Because I do have the financial records.
Yeah, you can speak on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they are the records for last year. So last year I saw 55 watches, from the Pioneer watches to the 180M ladies quartz. These are the sales that I made. I sold 55 watches, and the sales made 15,075 rands. The cost of sales, as you can see, it was 10,008 rands, and the gross profit was 5,067 rands. So these are basically all the financial records I've made, and these are the projections for 2022. As you could see, as I've involved the high quality watches, and the sales will amount to 28,280, and the cost of sales are 14,734 rands, and the gross profit will be 13,546 rands. And coupled with their expenses, as you can see, and the net income for both years, you can see there's growth. And the good thing is I've already sold 4 watches from the new watches I've just produced. All the watches that I've produced, the watches that are already sold. So the moment I leave stage, they're going back to the owners. So yeah, this is quite a more realistic view of my financials and records.
Thank you very much, leadership. I have a few seconds left for Mr. Naidu.
Okay, so obviously it's volume sales, right? If you sell your high-end products, you can sell less, and you need to sell a lot of your Pioneer watches, right? What are your customers saying? Are they coming back to you? What are they?
Well,
what are their feelings towards your watch?
some of them are quite disappointed that I didn't produce more, because I have more orders and I've only produced a few watches. So they actually want these watches. There's a high demand now.
Okay, so will the funding obviously assist you in producing those more watches? Are you going to get more people, capacity, resources?
Yeah, but right now my focus is actually buying a laser cutting machine, a certain kind of a UV printing machine, as well as an engraver. These things will actually help me to produce more, and will also allow me to hire an assistant producer and manufacturer, as well as hire an administrator, because I need someone who's going to administrate my website, the sales, invoices, and so forth. Yeah.
And your time is up. Thank you very much, colleagues. As we prepare for the next candidate, and the next candidate should be joining us online. I just need to quickly check on the candidate. The next candidate, Brian, I just want to check if you're online.
Yeah, I'm online. Just give me a second. I'm just going to send an email of my slides to Ntokozo.
Okay. Are you able not to share? Brian, you can send the email, but also please, share your slides for the judges that are in the house to see, so that I can also confirm that we can see everything and you are ready to go. Is that fine?
All right, let me try sharing the screen and see if you guys can see it.
Thank you very much, Brian. So I think, yeah, we'll give you a minute. As long as we are not able to see other issues, because we see the presentation, Brian.
You see it?
Yeah, we see what you are sending. So as long as you are sending what is important.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me just do this.
But you can maybe share so long while we also work on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Brian, for your urgency and purpose there. Because of network issues because we're in a space of load shedding, so the judge is not able to see the screen, but joining us. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes for your presentation and 2 minutes for questions and answers. So we can see your presentation. Yes.
So can I start now?
I will indicate to you when to start.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. You can take a breather, but don't breathe too much because we can hear you.
Really?
So, yes, Brian. So I will indicate when you can start. You have 3 minutes to start. You have 3 minutes for the presentation, and you have 2 minutes for questions and answers for the judges. Are we good on that? So you weren't able to see me when I indicate that your time starts now. Before you start, can you go to the presentation? Because we are not seeing the presentation. There we go. And
Ooh, dang.
We can hear you, Brian.
Oh yeah, my laptop just said petrol low, yeah. So
Okay.
let me just move where I am.
Okay, we'll give you 30 seconds because you were kind enough to send the email to one of our judges. I'm trying to manage processes. We'll give you 30 seconds. Tell me when you're ready.
Right.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Sure. Okay,
Also,
Brian.
can I start?
Sorry?
Can I start?
Yeah, your time starts now.
All right. So good morning, everyone, and good morning to you, judges. I'm Brian from Varsity. So we are a safe online platform that helps students to buy and sell, find events, private accommodations, and jobs. But what problem are we trying to solve? Well, 1 out of 5 students is selling something but cannot find a buyer, and finding reliable private accommodation is very difficult for students. And a student in need of a tutor for a particular module find it hard in finding a tutor. Also, higher education is just very expensive, and students having businesses receive a little or no sales because of small market. Finding graduate programs or internships after graduation is also a difficult thing for students. What is our solution to this? Well, we digitize the university economy, we verify and list private accommodations to make them easily accessible for students online, and we provide a platform for students to buy and sell second-hand goods to save and make money. We also enable students to explore and find other students to connect with from all around South Africa. And what is the product that we're talking about? Well, the product we're talking about is a platform that enables students to buy and sell products and services online safer. We set up online stores for free, find accredited private accommodation, find events near them, find and apply for jobs, and get bursary information and connect with students from other institutions. Our target market are university students and college students, e-learning students, and academics. So there is over 1,742,701 students in public universities and TVET colleges. of which plus 2 billion rand is spent on students books and stationery allowances by NSFAS and FUNZA alone. So our revenue model goes like, we take 5% commission per item transacted and 5 rand transaction fee from buyer and Google Ads. So if I may so with a 15% minimum target of students across Africa and making an average transaction of 100 rand, Varsity deals aim to make a transaction of 26,140,500 every month. And that's just of 15% of university students across South Africa making an average of 100 rand transaction only. Okay, some might find this a bit impossible, but what would make it impossible is that we offer a wide range of categories and there's a bit of noise there. We offer a wide range of categories and a lot of features that bring students to the platform, and we aim to make the platform a culture for every student's need. So our direct competitors are Kilo, Textbook Trader, Dix Connect, and our indirect competitors are Facebook Marketplace, OLX, and Gumtree. What is our advantage to all these competitors? Well,
Oh, Brian, I think your time is up, and I don't know if you can still hear us. Is it? Okay. So Brian, are we able to open it up for questions? Sandile? Okay. So we're gonna open up for questions from the judges. Okay, so there's a question from Ndokozo. I'm just gonna quickly read it through. We're trying to be agile. And so the question is, come on. The question is from Tokozo. Within 1 in 5 students failing to find the customers, how did you acquire this data and how reliable is the data? And this speaks to the size of your market. Brian?
Okay, 1 out of 5 students is mainly like an assumption because a lot of students are selling something. Because yesterday my friend was actually selling a charger of his laptop and didn't know how to sell it. Actually, he's been selling it for weeks now. He's not been finding a buyer because he doesn't know how to. There's not really a platform for him to sell that.
Questions on your side? Any questions from Togozo on WhatsApp? Are we good? Okay. So thank you very much, Brian, for your lovely presentation and all the best. We are going to prepare for the next candidate, colleagues. We're still on the tech. And our next candidate should be face-to-face. We just quickly need to... So the next candidate is from... Our last 2 candidates were from VUT, so unfortunately they were not able to join us. So Brian, thank you for a lovely presentation. And I'm going to hand over to one of our coordinators who's in the midst and who has joined us in Bloemfontein. And the part we're at the program is to speak on the closing remarks after the day we had, and we should be able to be done with today, and we'll allow the judges to have their deliberations, and we should start with day 2 on day 2, which is tomorrow, and then colleagues that would need to travel, they would need to travel. And then as you have seen in the program, more information will follow in terms of what's going to happen. But now I need to introduce someone to come join us on stage, our guest from Solblaki University. And Ms. Gail, she's a lecturer in entrepreneurship and also the Solblaki University Student Entrepreneurship Coordinator. And she has traveled very far. I know it's just here, but she has traveled very far to be here with us. And she's one of the coordinators that is fully passionate and with entrepreneurship and also supporting our students and participants. So on stage, I would like us to give a round of applause for Ms. Gail. Thank you, colleagues.
I'm a bit vertically challenged. There we go. All right, thank you so much, Mujaki. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Can I please get some energy in the room? Yeah, there we go, there we go. It's good to see that students are actually in our midst. My name is Gail Motlaudi, as Mujaki has indicated, and mine is really simple today, just to do the closing remarks. I just firstly want to say well done to all the participants that were able to pitch today, both here physically and online. I mean, I've been part of this program since 2019, specifically with the Intervarsity and EDHE since 2018, and every single year there is just an increased quality in all the presentations that we see. So let us give us a round of applause to all our students who pitched here today. I know it's often said that you're all winners and it sounds all typical and so on and cliched, but really you are. Just your bravery to step forward and say, I have an idea, I'm willing to pitch it and see if anybody else is interested in it. And even if they aren't necessarily, the fact that you are willing to even get feedback that can help you grow in what it is that you're venturing out into is it's something to actually be proud of, if I can put it that way. So from my side, I just want to say thank you so much to the participants themselves. I also want to say thank you to all the coordinators that have really done the background work with the students. You don't often see us in the forefront, but we really are putting in the hours to help the students, even if that just means driving all the way from Kimberley, which is just 156 kilometers from here. But yeah, I also want to say thank you so much to the EDHE team, Sandile and the team online. I know there's Richard, there's Francis, there's Tiny. We've seen all of them on the screen this morning. Thank you so much for what it is that you're doing, also to help the universities be able to inculcate this culture of entrepreneurship. Your efforts are really not unnoticed at all. And then I also want to say to University of the Free State that has hosted us here today, thank you so much. We really appreciate this. Last year at SPU, we had the honor to host the National ACW launch as well as the Intervarsity, which was happening all in the same week. And it was, something. We made it happen though. So thank you guys. You guys are doing a great job. And I definitely look forward to day 2. And then I also, most importantly, want to say thank you to our judges as well. Your expertise, your acumen, your constructive feedback that you've given the students today has really, really helped them, and I really believe that it will catapult them going forward into what it is that they're busy with and so on. And also just thank you to the technical team. I mean, it's not easy to put this on at all, this hybrid live and so on. We were all really just trying to get the hang of it, so thank you so much for making it easier for the participants as well. And yeah, that is it from my side. I look forward to seeing you guys all on day 2. Even if you're not pitching, please make the time to support those that are. We are all, the same universities. We are all in the same space. We all really have the same goal of just entrepreneurship, So I really look forward to seeing all of you here tomorrow. And for those who have been joining us online, thank you so much for making the time. And we'll see you on day 2 of day 2. Thank you.
They say Dankos is thank you in this language of young people. So colleagues, I think we've come to the end of the session today. I'm not sure if Brian was still sharing. He wants to give us more ideas or a tender, we don't know. But yeah, so I think Gail has covered us for today. And I've also acknowledged everyone that has played a role in making sure that today happens. So, by the power invested in me, today, day 2 has been closed off. And I'm a very nice and kind person that politics of the stomach, they call it. So there will be refreshments provided outside. We know colleagues woke up early, he had sleepless night trying to prepare for presentations. There's a little bit of something outside when you just go out of the door, and there's a bit of refreshment. Can I ask the coordinators and the judges to just stay behind in the venue? And we should be fine, colleagues. And thank you for today. I hope I'll see you back tomorrow and for day 2. So thank you very much and all the best and have a lovely day. Dankos, thank you, Bafitu. Dankos.